Salut YouTube, and Sophie here. Welcome back. Today's video is going to be my update for Project Yarnathon. This was created by Andrea from Pretty as a Peacock. I will link her channel down below. She created this project for herself because she has a lot of yarn, like a lot of yarn, and she needs to use it up. And her goal is to use a marathon worth of yarn. She created this last year at the beginning of the year. I don't remember when really, but I mean the goal is a marathon worth of yarn used up. I don't have that much yarn, but I also have yarn collecting dust, not a lot but still. And I also, seeing all of these updates, I also bought more yarn, so I need to use it up. And also I decided to participate because in high school, which was more than 10 years ago, not more, it was 10 years ago, I started a scarf, which I never finished. So I at least wanted to do this project until the scarf was done. I have a lot of things to show you today. I'm actually filming this in advance. Actually, I don't know when I'm going to upload this video because I have to send a few things because they are gifts. So let's get started. So this is the sweater which I showed in my last video. It was done by then, but I did not block it, and I just wanted to show you that I did block it. I can't see a difference. The only thing I wish I could do, which I'm sure I can find a way to do it, is mark the back, because even though the back and front panel are not the same, when I just take the sweater like this and look at it, I can't see which side is the front and the back. So that's the only thing, but this is officially done and I am so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. Next, let's talk about the gifts. I think I talked about it in my previous update. One of my cousin announced that they were expecting a baby by October, the best month of the year, and of course I had to do some baby wear, so I crocheted this. I tried to find the English word for it, I couldn't, so we'll just call this a baby sweater. And it's absolutely gorgeous. The tutorial is a video on YouTube. It's a French tutorial, which, what is the name actually? This is a pattern from Crochet Maniac, and the original pattern is for a newborn size. This is a 3-month size, so I love this. I made a mistake though. When I bought the yarn, I wanted beige and yellow, and I bought white and yellow, but I still decided to use it, and I love this. I chose to do a 3-month size because I heard that a lot of parents buy a lot of newborn size clothes, but your baby grows fast and then you're like, well, I don't have clothes. So that's why. And also this is pretty thick, so it's gonna be pretty warm, and they live in the south of France, which is way warmer than where I live. Not way warmer, but the winters are way warmer than my winters in the north middle of France. So anyway, I have this, but also, I mean, these are just so cute. So I had to crochet, aren't this cute? And even though I blocked it, it don't keep the shape. Anyway, I didn't have anything to put in it, so that's why they don't keep their shape. But this is from English spoken tutorial. This is from Macy and Ruth, and these are so cute. In the tutorial, and also in this tutorial, they don't use two colors, but I mean just white is so plain, so I had to incorporate color. So I crocheted these two pieces, and also because it was so cute, I crocheted these, but I can only show you one. I don't know where the second one disappeared. This sneaker lookalike, can't see it really. This sneaker lookalike, isn't that cute? I have to cut the yarn here, but isn't that so cute? I love it. I think this part is too short, but meh, it's a baby. He or she won't know. So I have two of these, and making all of these I used up 592 meters of yarn. I used 3 entire balls of yarn in white and 3/4 of a fourth one, and I used 3/4 of the yellow. That's it for baby stuff. Now let's talk about the goal of this entire project, which is my high school scarf. Something fell off. I finished it, I think 3 weeks ago. And as you can see, it's kind of striped. It's not really striped, color block. I don't know. It's a mix of color block and stripes in red and black, which is my favorite color combination. This is still not what I really envisioned, but look, I really needed to finish this. I mean, it's been so long. It's been 10 years. Like, come on. So this is done. As you can see, I have a lot of loose ends to sew in, and this is a really long scarf, which is my preference. I think this is between 2 meters and 2.5 meters. Like I said, I prefer long scarves. I'm a little bit disappointed because I wanted it to be larger, but I did not have it in myself to start over again. So this is going to stay like this. Anyway, it's so long I can wrap it, I think, 3 times around my neck. So even if it's not that large, I think it will be enough. So to finish this, I had to use up 353 grams of yarn. I think I can take out the 13 grams with the loose ends. So we'll say 350 grams, which is the equivalent of 7 balls of yarn, because the balls of yarn were 50 grams, which is 7 balls of yarn, which is 476 meters of yarn. Okay, now let's talk about this thing. It looks like nothing. This is the front panel of a sweater, which is still connected to its ball of yarn. This is the front panel of a sweater, and this is from For the Frills again. This is the Coastal Shores sweater. In her pattern, she only uses one color, but I was inspired by this sweater from CNA, which in French we call CA, but whatever. From CNA, which it was love at first sight when I saw it in the store, but when I tried it, it was just a nightmare. It was uncomfortable. It was too short, because I like not longer sweaters, but you know, I don't want them to stop at my belly button, basically. So it was too short, it was stiff, it was uncomfortable, but I really liked, like, I don't know how it looked. So I decided that one day I will do something similar. And then I was browsing on the blog of For the Frills and came upon this sweater. And I decided that if I were to use multiple colors, I mean, this looks similar, right? So I decided to do it. Like I said earlier, my blue sweater is also from Fall Frills, so I know that I have to pretty much go for her bigger size in her pattern, which is 213 chain in this sweater. To be sure, I crocheted the gauge, which I mean I had the right gauge, so I decided to go with, I think it's 5x. Yeah, I think I went with the 5x. After 3 rows, I realized that this was way too long. It was supposed to be the front panel, but with the front panel I could go around like 3/4 of my body, so and at the largest area. So I frogged it and started over 2 size smaller, which was 173 chain. I heard, you can help me here, I heard two things which are contrary to each other. I heard that, you know, this sweater is crocheted with 100% cotton, like her, but I heard that cotton stiffens after you have blocked it, but I also heard that it loosens. So which one it is? If it stiffens or gets smaller, I think it's gonna be fine, but if it gets bigger, I'm a little bit worried. Also, I'm worried for an entirely other reason. When I picked these colors, the beige, the orange, and the white, I made a mistake. I thought I would use more whites, and actually I saw it when I crocheted it for the third try. So for the, I think it's the 3x size, I don't know. For the size that I picked, the designer said that I have to use 9 balls of yarn. My balls are 170 meters and hers are 150 meters. So I have like 800 meters more, we'll say. But the problem is when I tried the front panel, so when I just pull it over, I realized that it was way too short, like way too short, so I had to lengthen it. Also, there isn't really a color in the pattern. You just have to sew the 2 panels, and here, like here, is your color, which I don't like this type of color. I prefer a round one like the one I have today. So I will have to add a few rows here and on the other side to make a round color. I think it's a little bit of a suicide. Whatever, I prefer round colors. But that being said, I have used 3, almost 4 balls of beige yarn for the front panel. So I will have, and I have not already crocheted like the side, like I said, and I have 9 balls of yarn, of beige yarn in total. So I think I will be short on beige yarn. I don't know yet. When I check, thanks to the weight of this piece, this is like I used up 3.5 balls of yarn. So I should have enough yarn, especially because I use other colors like the white and the orange, and as you can see, the orange is like, I'm gonna have to start another ball of yarn, of orange yarn, for the back panel and the sleeves. So this way I use less beige yarn, but I feel like I won't have enough beige yarn. I don't know, I'm worried. So yeah, we'll see. I think by the next updates this will be done. Hopefully, because I'm obsessed. I just want to crochet this and see the end result. Hopefully I can wear it. Because if I can't, I'm gonna be annoyed and disappointed. But I think by the next update this will be done. I hope. And we'll see if I had to buy more yarn. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is actually what I showed to you. Not really these, but let me grab everything. It's actually these, the yarn which I have left from my projects, and not really the yarn, but the stage which they are in. They are like in cake form. I don't know if with the size I can say that they are cakes, but they were flimsy little things of leftover yarn before, and now they are organized. I have been contemplating buying a yarn winder, but I mean, for, I don't know, I think this is 20 meters of yarn or something. This is pretty overkill, I think. So I was trying to see if I could maybe have an alternative. First, I found tutorial, a DIY tutorial on how to make a yarn winder. I'm too lazy for that. And then I came upon the video from Jane Snedden Peaver. I hope I did not butcher her name. And she is showing how to manually cake your yarn, which is amazing and which is what I have done. So I will also link her tutorial in my description box in case you need it. Okay, so this is later the same day, like it's almost midnight. I just realized that I forgot to talk about two things. I knew I had a lot to talk about, and here I am forgetting half of what I wanted to say. So, yeah, let's talk about numbers. So, like I said, for this update, I finished two projects, the scarf and the baby clothes, and that's in total 1068 meters. If you need a reminder, a marathon is 42,195 meters. With all of what I've done so far, I am merely at 6,200 meters. I have more than 35,995 meters left to actually use up a marathon worth of yarn, which is impossible because I was actually curious. So remember, more than 35,000 meters. Yeah. So I was curious, well, last night, and was it last night or the night before? So yeah, I came upon a video about like a yarn inventory, and although mine is not as complex and complete as hers, I was curious how much yarn do I own right now. So just for fun, I have in total 60 and a half, we'll say 60 and a half, like exactly 60.55 balls of yarns. Like, I have brand new ones, but also ones that are half done, 3/4 done, etc, 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 etc. And I have 10,816 meters of yarn. So obviously, just with my yarn stash, my current yarn stash, I can't do a yarn-a-thon. but yeah, just wanted to share these numbers because I don't know, I thought it was fun. I mean, I have a makeup inventory, I have a skincare inventory, I have a nail stuff inventory, a product inventory, and I was like, hell, let's do a yarn inventory. So yeah, it was way faster than a makeup inventory, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I did not even realize that I have 67 balls of yarn. I think if I don't count the yarn, the balls of yarn which are already started, I have like 60. I have 65 balls of yarn currently. So yeah, I need to use them up. I really need to use them up. Right, let's go back to the video. Anyway, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out my playlist as well as the hashtag and Andrea's channel. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.